Alright, hello everybody, this is Purge. We are back for the quarterfinals of the Malaysian Dota 2 Invitational Tournament. I'm here with Luminous. How are you doing, man?
Still holding up, sir.
Yes, it is. You got it easier than me, but we are staying up for a very long time. Luminous especially casting some things after this, but we are excited to finally get into another game here. This is the third game we've casted tonight, and I don't know how much more we have to go. I'm going to guess there's another round after this, so we're going to be casting. But either way, going to be seeing really fast banning and picking. Broodmother, Nature's Prophet, Night Stalker, and a Bat Rider, all really standard bans. And once again, going to see a first pick anti-mage, just like last game.
Nothing too much to talk about. MiTh.Trust did blow away their opponent who picked anti-mage first. So, I mean, Radiant could definitely do the same back to MiTh.Trust. I think MiTh.Trust definitely a little bit more experienced in general, so maybe they are a little bit more prepared for that one. For anyone that cares, it is 12:30 in the morning for me and 2:30 a.m., right?
That's
for Purge.
Right.
So do excuse if we are not yelling on top of our lungs. We are having some... well, you have roommates, right? I have family,
yes.
So I can't really yell. And it's...
I could.
You
They'd
could.
just be mad. Maybe.
Right.
We don't talk anyways, it's fine. No problem. We'll call it even for the lack of dish doing, I guess. I think it's all fair.
Yeah.
Alright, they're going to see a Shadow Shaman and a Chen pickup out of AEON, so they're obviously going for the pushing and not wasting any time with that at all. We did see the Shadow Shaman play pretty effectively. We kept discussing how his wards weren't quite adequate towards the mid to the end of the game.
Weren't placed adequately. Wards are great,
yeah.
just
yeah,
the way
they
they
are
were
great,
using it.
But they're not great at taking damage. They got to
Right.
stay alive for the 30 seconds or whatever to actually really help out at pushing down towers. So I'm a little surprised we didn't see a Lich pickup, to be honest, because Lich Sacrifice plus Frost Armor really shuts down the Anti-Mage in basically the early to mid game pretty heavily. But instead they go for the heavy pushing out of the Rasta and the Chen. So maybe we'll see a Lich now, but they're actually going to go for a Death Prophet. I'm really excited now.
I am really excited
I love
as well.
Death Prophet. She's one of my favorite heroes, honestly.
I feel like she is a hero often strong enough to be picked in Dota 1, but never really used for whatever reason. She has pretty weak stats gain, but her ultimate, oh my goodness, it just does so much damage.
Yeah.
I think Radiant team is capable of dealing with that. They have really long duration stuns. You can easily just roar and just have the anti-mage and whoever else right-click, and she will go down without the necessary support. I mean, the Dire team does have massive healing. They have massive stuns to go along, and you can even send her back to base with the Holy Persuasion. But at that point, the team fight is pretty much lost if you send your big DPS hero back home. So Dire is going for a big push, but I feel like Radiant team is a lot more prepared. They have the access for the anti-push, they have the power shot, and they have good stuns to work with. I think when MYM lost to MiTh.Trust, when they got pushed down, they didn't have enough counter pushing, nor did they have really strong stuns to work with. So I think Radiant team in this case, they're a lot more prepared.
Yeah, I think Beastmaster goes a long way and really does fill a lot of those gaps. Like you said, hard stuns and making Death Prophet not move is the best way to just shut her down. Once she does get some tank items, and Roar just absolutely fills that gap. Not to mention, Wild Axes is so good for stopping pushes. Just clear an entire creep wave from safety, tossing the axes once or twice, and that alone is going to make it a little tough for the Dire team to push. But on the bright side, they do have Chen creeps, which are much easier to control to dodge axes, or they have high HP pools, so the axes won't do as big a percentage of their HP. And heroes like Death Prophet and Rasta can kind of do tower damage from safety. So it's kind of a slightly different push strategy than we saw before, which was basically just Brood Spiders and Nature's Prophet summons. Or was that a different game? I might be confusing.
No, it was Eidolons and Treants.
That's right, Eidolons too. And both of those are low HP, so.
Right. Smart ban coming out from Dire, getting rid of the Venge. Radiant team already has awesome initiation with the Roar, Shackle Shot. You don't want to give them yet another one with the Vengeful Swap, so going to get rid of that. Of course, Vengeful Spirit, pretty good in terms of a support that scales into the late game with Command, Aura, and Terror and whatnot. So maybe a little bit worried about that. And we do see the Pugna band worry about a little bit more pushing capability. So I wonder if Dire is going to go into somewhat of a all-out push, kind of what we saw from MiTh.Trust. They did have a Morphling pick, but they were pushing with that Morphling as well, so it was kind of like a 5-man push. Or maybe they're going to use somewhat of a pushing lineup to secure themselves some early lead and then go for more of a late game farming victory. As a Death Prophet, you generally don't have that option, but let's see if Dire can make it work, and let's see how their picks reflect on that.
Yeah, she definitely is more of a semi-carry. In a way, she does kind of counter anti-mage. The spirits are physical, if I recall correctly, so obviously Spell Shield isn't a problem, and she does have Silence, which, needless to say, is really good against anti-mage. And other than that, though, it takes her a while to get there, and she is kind of easy to kill with that roar. So we'll see if they can end up being effective. Another reason that they did ban that Vengeful Spirit is the common combo of Beastmaster plus Venge, basically because you get those two auras. Exactly. Yep. You boost up your damage with that command aura, and then you boost your attack speed up with what is his aura called? I don't know. Whatever. But boosting both your attack speed and your attack damage give you a crap load. And I've even seen a really cool strat, Beastmaster Venge plus a Luna, just destroy Raxes so fast.
Massive aura, if you could say it live. I think it's called Inner Beast Omni Knight is the 4th pick here to boost up that Cropulus, of course, with Purification, Guardian Angel if necessary, and of course the ever so important Repel. Although Repel isn't going to do anything against the Beastmaster Roar, it's just a good spell to have. And of course Purification, 360 pure damage, defensively, offensively, really, really tough spell. And Radiant Team, fast counter pick, with the Ancient Aberration Ice Blast. That is going to slow the Purification, Hand of God. Depending when that ultimate hits, it could just decimate Dire, because 2 of their big ultimates, big spells, are completely nullified by AA Blast. So maybe not leaving this hero, in the pool is a big mistake from Dire. And I think they're realizing that now as they're taking a little bit of time with their last pick.
Yeah, I would completely agree with that. I was really happy with AEON's picks. I thought the Omni Knight was going to fit in their lineup wonderful. Throw Repel in the Cropulus. It's going to be hard to disable her, other than Roar, of course. And all of a sudden AA comes out and you're like, oh crap, Hand of God is now going to be sometimes an issue, and Omni Knight's ridiculously beast support isn't going to be usable unless he does Repel on an ally just to stop the Ice Blast and waits for the cooldown and heals. And his ultimate not necessarily going to get regen from that either. So I think the Ancient Apparition was a perfect pickup that fits into MiTh.Trust picks just absolutely perfect. I mean, a second support hero, and I think MiTh is looking pretty damn good here.
Dire is going to try to cancel out with a really big Ravage team fight pick. So Dire, definitely really good for pushing, really good for team fights. They don't have that longevity in terms of lasting to the late game. Their team fight a lot more weakened by the Ancient Apparition. So I think they're going to be in a little bit of trouble. In terms of laning, they do have it going for them. I think Omni Knight will get the solo. We might see some type of like Rasa Tide, or might see like a Crop Tide lane, and then with the Rasa on the solo as well. Chen definitely going into the jungle. Meanwhile, on the Radiant end, I think we're going to see somewhat of a standard trialing Anti-Mage Shaker, Ancient Apparition, with the Beastmaster soloing, of course, the win around the tough lane. Any disagreement on that, or?
Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Once again, we might see like Anti-Mage plus another hero made, like Anti-Mage Ancient Apparition, maybe something like that. But I think the tri-lane is slightly more likely, because of the reason that the Dire team doesn't really have a great solo for the bot lane, in my opinion. They could solo like Tide Crob down there, or dual lane Tide Crob, or they might just solo Omni Knight. But either way, it'll be in a position where if Anti-Mage has tri-lane support, they're going to be constantly pulling, assuming no ward. And more importantly, Anti-Mage is going to get free farm no matter what. So if they can basically get Anti-Mage pretty decent free farm, maybe like a fast Vanguard boots or something, he can actually end up working decent in the early team fights that are going to happen.
Right. Just from the item set alone, I'm going to guess it is going to be a Tide Crop, because I see a Ring of Protection. Generally, you want to upgrade that to a Basilius. Pretty good in terms of controlling the Equilibrium on the side lane, providing a teammate for a little bit of regen. Both teams going into the enemy jungle, maybe setting down some really deep observer wards to block off the camp. So good time to introduce the players. On the AEON side, we have Tidehunter being handled by KYKY. I'm just going to call him that. L on that. Rasta time on the Omni Knight. Dark Wish playing the Chen, and of course Cropulus being played by Musica. By the way, Musica, one of the best players in Singapore, and he's so famous for having a good tinker way back when, good meepo, and good to see him playing the Cropulus today.
Yeah, I'm kind of expecting. Now I was going to predict Chen actually in the Dire jungle, but now that they've stopped some of those spawns, maybe he won't do an aggressive jungle. I'm not quite sure. All right, for the Radiant team, TNK going to be playing the Ancient Apparition. We have Lanu, I guess. Lanu
I had trouble with
the
that.
Windrunner, I guess. Ba playing the Beastmaster, and then finally FFFFY and Lakels playing the Anti-Mage. Did I miss anybody? I think I got everybody. And where is that Chen at? It looks like he is going to probably do some offensive jungling. Krob is in position, but actually the Tide and the Chen are up on the high ground. Neither one, no smoke or anything. I think they're just trying to decide where to go. They know where all the enemy heroes are, at least.
Yep. So very interesting the fact that we saw the Rasa going to top lane. I guess they really are afraid of Omni-Knight getting dominated upon against a Windrunner, and that's definitely gonna be the case. So I guess it's okay in laning, but that means that you're gonna forfeit every single rune to that Beastmaster. Beastmaster gonna get the aura, gonna get the Inner Beast aura and WoW access, which means that he is gonna push your lane like crazy, and then he's gonna get every single rune. And that means you're gonna lose a lot of farm, or that means your side lanes are gonna be in danger of getting ganked. So.
Yeah, it looks like he just had 3 GGs and then he did a bottle, because he just brought his bottle to himself. And that was like a stupidly fast bottle, so I'm assuming that's what he just pulled there. He may just end up keeping Wild Axes at level 1. I saw somebody in N9 do this a couple days ago, max out Inner Beast really, really fast, and that's going to give you more teamfight presence in the early game. You just won't have as much damage nuke, but AoE nukes on Death Prophet, and she actually gets frosted by the ice block. What is it? Cold Feet. Man, my brain is not working. And she ends up getting going down, and that's first blood.
Right, and looks like Chen might be trying to get some return kill. Not going to happen against Anti-Mage with Blink, and of course 2 supports siding him up. And we definitely see the power of Cold Feet plus long range fissure. They initiated on that Acropolis across the map. There must have been like 800 range in between, but that is enough range to get a kill. So, and that's going to keep on happening. Tidehunter does not have a hardcore stun to really rescue that Crobulus. And this is a really, really tough lane. Anti-Mage is gonna get farmed, and you're gonna get killed if you're not careful enough. So, I'm not too sure how AEON is gonna combat against this.
Yeah, even with the Chen here with the Dark Troll Warlord, it's kind of a weird situation. Earthshaker trying to block the Chen on the wrong side of the fissure, but just barely lucked out a little bit to the right, and as a result not going to be in danger. But the Troll Warlord may get picked off. Yeah, he's going to cold feed it. Is it going to get the kill? He sends it back. Did it work? It did work. Nicely done by the Chen, saving that creep. It's always nice to have those Dark Troll Warlords early in the game, especially against a hero like Anti-Mage. Get the guaranteed disable off, and he will send that creep back as soon as it gets healed up, and they're going to be looking to get another gank.
Yep, there's a Kofi, there's a fissure, couple right clicks. Chen is gonna go down to Ancient Apparition, picks up yet another kill right now. Anti-Mage and Shaker take some residual damage, but nothing they can't heal back. Anti-Mage already well off to his way on that Ring of Hell, so very nicely done. On the mid lane, I think it's a little bit more in favor of the Beastmaster with that bottle, and he is bottle curling that as well. Boost of speed already picked up. He is gonna control the lane and the runes like no other. On the top here, Windrunner versus Rasa. I see that lane's a little bit even. Of course, Rasa gonna be in a little bit more disadvantaged position, but not that bad.
Yeah, it looks like Windrunner just a couple CS above the Rasa. Missed a kill on the bottom. It's Ancient Apparition picking up a kill on the Death Prophet again, and this tri-lane out of MiTh here is literally going to win them the game, in my opinion. If they can't get any push going or early advantage, this game is going to be over, basically. Anti-Mage is going to pick up a Battle Fury or a Vanguard, pick up his Manta, and at that point the game ends because they are just shutting down this Death Prophet.
Yep, wards being placed down, and Chen's gonna go in a jungle, but he really can't stay there for too long. Ancient Apparition taking a sweet time to go back in base, get some mana. I'm a little bit surprised in that action because you're dominating the lane so much. I think it's better off if you just send yourself a little bit of clarities and just keep dominating the lane. But Anti-Mage's getting the free farm. He does have the Ring of Health and also 500 gold in the bank, so he's farming really well as well. Also, of course, the assist gold that he got from the 3 kills really helpful.
Yeah, I think part of the reason that he walked all the way back to base is because the Courier has been non-stop auto-coring for Beastmaster, so that was basically the option. If he had to use the Courier to bring himself items, it would have taken a little bit of lane presence away from the Beastmaster. Anti-Mage now chasing on that Tidehunter. There was a really good block off by Earthshaker, but he just kept running. He's going to go the opposite way. He will run past the Chen. The creep will show him, and they're going to be absolutely fine for now. Anti-Mage is going to continue last hitting.
Yep. Anti-Mage really, really good off to farm. I'm gonna just take a quick creep check because I feel like he is gonna be up really, really high. He does have 28 creep kills, my goodness. 22 on the Beastmaster at the mid lane, and Croblis on bot 14. This is not even a comparison.
Yeah, She's going to be getting boots probably pretty soon here. That's going to be the most important item to keep her alive against the Ancient Apparition. Almost going on the Tidehunter. We do see an Ice Vortex going down, but not going to produce anything. Ancient Apparition still level 3. Earthshaker actually up to level 4 here, and Anti-Mage also at 4. Picking up 2 Spell Shields. He's a little concerned about dying, apparently. Chen is going for Test of Faith, but I really don't think they're going to be able to nuke him down.
I mean, Test of Faith, Gush, and Crobbless. Oh my goodness, what is Tidehunter doing? There's going to be the Kofi. Vision's going to be right on top. They're going to get the for sure kill. Ancient Apparition doing a fairly decent job getting every single kill. I don't think he needs all that much, but hey, Kofi early game damage, a little bit ridiculous, so not surprising that he's picking all of them up. Windrunner on the top lane gets a solo kill, but she might be in trouble as the wards.
Wow.
Trading that one up.
Nicely done. Trapping him in there. He did end up dying. I don't know if he got shackled or what. Maybe that was... He was actually at pretty high HP as he was trapped, and I checked out the top lane, so there might have been like a dying last play by the roster. He's like, well, I'm dead. Pop the wards. Got the ward trap off and got the guarantee kill, so good use of the situation, basically.
Yep. Meanwhile, on the mid lane, looks like the Omni Knight got forced back by continuous barrage of the axes, and he is maxing the axes, but interestingly got a level of Call of Wild Inner Beast. Generally, you see Beastmaster either just go for the Inner Beast or the Call of Wild, not kind of one of each, but that's an interesting build. But he's winning the lane very much so with the Bottle Crow, and also constantly getting the runes, I guess.
Looks like Omni's going to opt for the Arcane Boots over something like a Soul Ring. I've seen a lot of solo mid Omnis go for both Soul Ring and the Arcane Boots, and wow, Krob almost dying once again in the bot lane. She's going to eat her tangos, but she only has 3 here, and she's not going to be able to lane properly for at least another 20 or 30 seconds here. So a little unfortunate for her that she doesn't have a salve. There you go. Tide is going to transfer the salve to the Death Prophet, and he's just sitting on a wand right now with a tango and a smoke, and wow, Death Prophet actually missed last hitting here. Looks like Tide's going to take a couple, and Beastmaster getting a kill in the top lane, going to roar on the Shadow Shaman, and he will go down even though Chen was close by.
Yep, mid lane getting pushed, side lane getting ganked. Right now, Time on the mid lane says, okay man, I gotta push some towers, so he's going to see up with Purification. Definitely could do that. But here comes the Beastmaster, and he's got to be a little bit careful about teleport support. Ancient Apparition is going to come. He has mana for 1 spell, but they don't have the roar. So looks like Omni Knight's going to just waltz out there.
Yeah, pretty nice for him. The courier is still sitting. Like, this has literally been Beastmaster's personal courier. Has he even checked wards yet? I mean, I haven't even seen his hawk out on the map yet. I mean, it's not like he has a Quill Beast either way, or a Boar, so it's not like he really needs a castle. Rasta coming mid, up to level 6 here. Doesn't even have Hex, opts for the double Shackle level. Pretty interesting stuff. He's not going to have as much Disable early, but there's the Serpent Wards dropping down on the tier 1 tower. I bet you Omni's just going to tank this up here, pop his heal when he hits about half HP, there we go, and hopefully take a fast gold boost.
Yep, let's see if there's going to be a... Oh, there's a stun, but it looks like no tower deny. I was waiting for the tower protection coming on, but Shackle goes on the Windrunner, but it looks like we have the heads being chopped off on the Rasa. Purification should be coming on soon for Time. Not enough. The ward's doing massive amount of damage. Tower was picking up. I think trading a Rasa kill for a tower is definitely worth it. But given that they're down by 6 kills at this moment, maybe not.
Yeah, if we look at the gold difference, it's actually a 2k difference in favor of the Radiants as of 6 minutes, which is ridiculous. That just shows that the farming discrepancy and just the kill discrepancy from being in lane. And surprisingly on the bot lane, Anti-Mage pretty low on HP, down to 260, opted for Power Treads really here, really fast. And Death Prophet truly casting a lot of carry-on swarms. It's such a spammable ability, especially when you get a couple more points into Witchcraft.
Yep, and I think now suddenly the spell shield seems pretty good, considering that, well, max carry, well, she's trying to max the carry swarm as she hits level 5. Of course, max gush, and they could kind of just ridiculously spam those spells at her, as we see gonna be engagement on that Chen. Gonna go down before he does anything. He tries to turn around to cast something, but looks like we have a blink around, and roar goes on the Crobbless. Healing comes down, and Crobbless is gonna live to see another day. We see Shaker really low, and so is Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage gearing to come back in. Guardian Angel gets popped. Tidehunter really low. Tidehunter gonna go down. Are they gonna keep giving chase? So Ancient Apparition gets yet another double kill. Focus on Time. Time is gonna come in with a Purification. Can he pop it off? He does, but not enough damage, and he is gonna go down. Ice Vortex slowing down. That was a 3 for nothing, 4 for nothing, because Chen went down in that exchange as well. So the kill difference, 11-1 in favor of MiTh.Trust.
Yeah, I feel a little bad for the Dire team in these situations because they were getting close to killing a couple heroes there, and there were some good plays by them, but I really feel like that shackle shot just ended the team fight. Caught those two heroes together. It didn't even matter that Omni-Knight's ulti was on. They just magic nuked those heroes down with the power shot after the shackle. Even Death Prophet dropped. None of those heroes were actually level 6, which makes a big impact as well. Even Tidehunter being 6 at the start of that team fight would have made a world of difference, keeping the Chen alive even. Something like that would have been great.
Yep, good job really to choose a team fight here for MiTh. They picked the team fight before the enemy team hit level 6. They got the numerical advantage as well, because every time it was engaged, I feel like Scourge was down at least 1 or 2 hero. Beastmaster Roar did come in a little bit late, but it was key on getting the Cropless really down low and forcing her down as well. Looks like Scourge or Dire forcing a little bit of smoke ganks, and they are gonna, well, women are doing work already, killing Chen right off the bat. And Beastmaster with the haste rune is going to find themselves Rasa. Rasa gets cold-feeded. Are they going to keep going? Beastmaster focusing on somewhere else. Rasa going to go down. Chase goes on, and the Omni-Knight. Omni-Knight with the repel should be okay.
Rexar is looking for a Roar here. I think the heroes are... No, he's going to go on him, man. Roar's onto the Death Prophet. The AOL a little bit far. No, it is perfect with a good shackle shot. Even going to see an Echo Slam on an Earthshaker. And will Omni-Knight, he's going to repel up and going to be absolutely survivable. And really nice gank once again, picking up another 2 heroes. And this is with the hard carry. They're losing with the push lineup, and I really think it's as a result of their tri-lane not being effective. Just really good pickups. We haven't even gotten into the realm of Ancient Apparition, ulti, interrupting heals very much, and they're just dominating right now.
Right. One of the biggest weak thing about a pushing lineup is generally it lacks stuns. And if you look at the Dire lineup, well, there's a Hex. There's a Shaco. We can't rely on that. Of course, Tidehunter's Ravage not even there. Shaco Shot's gonna miss. And there's a lot of healing coming on, but stuns are everything in these early game engagement. And it seems like every time the Dire team is about to get a kill on the Radiant, a couple stuns comes in and the enemy team gets to run away. So really unfortunate for Dire, and Dire still trying hard. There's a Hex right now. Shaco's gonna be casted. Can we come in to get that winner kill? There's a silence on her as well, but look, she just runs out because there's no stun. The slow comes in from the Ancient Aberration. Shaker might finally go down. Oh, he might be okay. Shaker drops a stun and she's gonna live as well. Everyone on the Dire low, and the kiting from MiTh is gonna just get them return kills. Ancient Aberration gets a monster kill streak, and they still cannot kill this. There we go, finally kills the Shake. But here comes the Beastmaster, here comes the winner once again, and the chase goes the other way. MiTh.Trust gonna win this game right here and right now, I feel.
And Musko gonna back up. Will he? No, he's not gonna get sent back in time by the Holy Persuasion. Rasta escaping with a bottle, but Anti-Mage is pursuing this. Getting close to his Battle Fury. There is a Hex. Yeah, that is gonna be it for Rasta. He gets picked off, no problem. Godlike streak for this Ancient Apparition, man. Just playing perfect despite playing a hard support role. There's the A ulti. Will it pick off the Chen? Is he going to notice it? It's going to be perfect. Spot on. Chen goes down. Another hero dies. And he is beyond godlike. That is intense for 13 minutes on a support hero in a tri-lane.
He's actually the carry. Anti-Mage is supporting by getting some assist hits here and there.
He was picked for the ulti, and that's it.
Right. But right now, of course, MiTh.Trust is he's getting a lot of support out of him. The early Arcane Boots is going to be really helping. I wonder what's going to turn his... Because right now he's probably got... Yeah, he's got another 1200 go on the bank. If he gets an early mecha right now, the game could have just been over. Because I feel like the Dire team already can't kill anyone, and there's a Ravage going on the bot lane. They might finally kill the Shaker. Shaker really low. The lack of stun again, hurting AEON. Really, one more hit, they finally, yeah. So anyways, Dire already can't kill. If the mecha comes on right now, they definitely can't kill anymore, and the game, I want to say, is already over.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The A ulti can hit the bot lane. That hit for a lot. Is he level 11? No, he's not. Still level 9. But doing a big percentage, and finally we see Death Prophet ulti coming out. Only a level 1 ulti with 1 Witchcraft, and there's a good shackle shot on Omni-Knight. He does have his Planeswalker's Cloak, but still so many good disables on the Radiant team that it's so tough to put up with this. Beastmaster at the level 2 ulti. He's going to be roaring, I expect, on the Death Prophet. We'll see if our ulti can end up working out. There's a cold feed. And the wards get dropped by the Rasta. He's looking for a disable, but he's going to Hex on the Windrunner. Now Tidehunter can't get through. He's blocking him through. There's the Shackles, and wow, all the wards already picked off. Ancient Apparition doing a really good job just taking those out immediately.
Yep. So Mecha is going to be the item choice here. Shackle Shot going to be hit on the Omni Knight. Omni Knight really low. Heal goes on, trying to get him sent back home. Can he make it? Yeah, barely. It looks like Rasa is going to go down instead. No one focusing on the Rasa. Beastmaster now in trouble. Looks like Power Shot goes on to Rasa. Rasa going to get right hit down. Chen getting chased, but going to get picked off by the Shaker. Chase still happening. Anti-Mage doing work. There's a Gush trying to save Musica. Musica should be fine. A lot of mana and almost a cooldown on the Fissure, but looks like MiTh.Trust is going to turn back. The score is still 21-4. Despite that team fight was a little bit more even. But right now, we see the supports picking up so much gold. I think Shaker can just go for it. Yeah, he's got the Arcane Boots finished, and he's going to be working on his Blink Dagger soon.
It's a little bit of item miscommunication between the AA and the Windrunner. Both of them have bucklers. There's no other item that other than Mechanism that uses that recipe, and Windrunner does have the headdress currently, so looks like Ancient Apparition is going to sit on that. That's going to give them a little bit of armor buff. Maybe he'll end up selling it at some point, not quite sure. And the Dire, I'm sorry, the Dire team, I did say it right. Yes, the Dire team looking like they want to maybe try to... There's just like so much team fighting at this bot lane. It is crazy. It's like everybody has been... I literally haven't moved my camera away from the jungle and this general tower area in like 10 whole minutes.
And why we need to move the camera away when all the action is gonna be here? TNK gonna be out of position. Can he make? Yeah, he's gonna just waltz his way out. Maybe the buckler with the extra armor was a little bit helpful. Just for a little bit of mechanics, you cannot stack Mecha armor buff and buckler armor buff. You used to do it, but not anymore. But Tai comes in with a huge Ravage. Can they follow up? Windrunner goes down immediately, so no more Shackle Shot. But AA Blast gonna weaken all the AEON lineup. Guardian Angel comes in just for the armor bonus. There's not gonna be any regen. Beastmaster cannot get his Roar off. Axe or Ward's gonna get dropped. They need to focus out on the Shaker really quick. Shaker goes down. Perfect team fight from AEON. All the heroes still alive. They are gonna bring down this tower, and this might be a comeback, but no, they are gonna lose one hero. I guess that's okay. They lost one hero for a tower and 2 kills. Definitely AEON victory here.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad, but other than losing the Roust, I think that was definitely more than they expected to do by taking out that tower in that team fight. That Tide ulti was perfect. They were able to kill the Windrunner. Luckily, she didn't have any burst regen, so she was a little bit low from prior engagements, and that was just really, really well done. Omni Knight ulti keeping people alive. The only thing that I might criticize here, I personally, I don't know how you feel about Carrion Swarm, but going from the 3rd level to the 4th level, it basically increases the mana cost by 25. And no more than that, like 35 maybe. Let me check the numbers. It basically increases the mana cost a lot at a point of 2 damage per 1 mana. And I've seen like some other players just generally leave it at level 3 because it's a little bit more mana efficient, especially when she is going for heavy strength items here. And as a result, you get more casts per mana pool. So that's the only thing I would criticize so far out of Death Prophet. But other than that, I mean, trying to make the best of a bad situation.
Yeah, maybe she's maxing the nuke for extra pushing power. And because the creeps always mess up your carrion, you don't want them to take the carrion damage. But
yeah, that's true.
Hey, it's definitely a worthy build to look into. For a little bit of Dairycraft. Yeah, she's going to be using it to mow down the creep wave. And it looks like the Dire team is looking for a mid-push. Their ultimates are not up yet. The big ultimates are not really up. The Rasa Ward's not up. But yeah, earlier when we were saying that the AEON team was winning a huge team fight, we have to keep in mind that Anti-Mage was free farming on the top lane, then he took down a tower as well. So that was a kind of an even trade. Here we go, Ancient Apparition Ice Blast gonna go on the Rasa. He's very healthy in right now. And Ravage is down. Hand of God is still up, and they do have that. The Rasa Wards do a significant amount of damage, but is going to get picked down now. So double ultimates being used, I think, yeah, and they're not going to get a tower out of that. So maybe they're really, really desperate. They're still sticking around. I think now they really need to turn back. And I think by sticking around, they're making a huge, horrible choice.
Yeah, especially Exorcism just ending here. Will we see an initiation? A couple more creep waves clearing, another fissure on the Tide. Tide does have his ulti though, but there is absolutely perfect vision of the Dire team as a result of this Greater Hawk in the into the jungle, so they have to be a little careful, especially on the Shadow Shaman. Low armor, low HP, all he has is a wand and a bottle to keep him alive, and I guess Omni Knight too, but still more power shots and nukes. Will they be able to take out this tower? Anti-Mage picks up a tier 2 on the top, and he's got his Battle Fury finished.
Ice Blast comes in right now. That's going to hit half the team. Ravage needs to be casted defensively. They might focus on the Beastmaster, but not even that. Even if they win this team fight, even if they take down this tower, it's already not worth it, because Anti-Mage took down the top, and he's hitting your racks, and now Omni Knight in big trouble. He is going to go down to an Echo Slam. This tower, by the way, is still defended. Anti-Mage did about half damage to the top tower, and you can see this Battle Fury. And this is kind of what I said from the previous game. You can use Battle Fury defensively against pushes by pushing against them. And that's exactly what we saw here. Anti-Mage TP's back, and the chase happens. Anti-Mage comes in right now, Mana Voids, puts down Dark Wish really low, and I think he is going to make it fine. Anti-Mage don't really want to give chase. And the push is coming other way. Ancient Apparition Ice Blast may follow the Chen. Oh, it's going to be close. Bam! It's going to hit. Nice.
Man, Chen changing directions, runs right to the center of that. I don't know if he must not have seen that coming, but does get picked off. The creep wave is cleared once again. And who was I looking at? Tide, I think it was Anti-Mage's items. He did have a Ring of Regeneration. He might be going for Vlad's, I guess. That's the only thing I can think of for the Ring of Regen. I don't know if you can think of anything, but I'm guessing Vlad's just to give his creep some more armor and he can continue pushing. He's like the pushing Anti-Mage, man. Yep.
And also, it really speeds up your farm. If you want to farm in the jungle, you can actually use the Voice Zone regen and the Basilisk regen to blink like crazy. But Teamfight breaking out on the mid lane. They're going to focus on the Musica. Can he bring down? There's a... Oh, heal, no heal. Musica is going to get right-click down. Tidehunter, no ultimate. Rasa don't really want to drop his ward in an awkward position like this. They are going to chase down. I feel like they are... No, Blink Dagger comes out. FFFFFY. He does have his items, and, well... I feel like it's really looking bad for AEON at this point.
Yeah, that's definitely true. 21 minutes and the Earthshaker has a Blink Dagger and some Arcane Boots. Not going to be easy to play against that. Even Beastmaster with the Vanguard treads. Necro 1. There's the Shackle Shot on the Tidehunter. He's going to take a few nukes. He's going to be pretty fine though. Kraken Shell not proccing, but not a huge deal. He actually got sent back by the Chen. Probably just to heal up as fast as possible so he can come back to the lane. He didn't have his ulti anyway, so not really helping out a whole ton there.
Yep. MiTh.Trust gonna turn back a little bit and gonna continue to get the farm up. It looks like Ancient Apparition gonna be working on a pipe next to give the team a little bit more survivability. And between Mecha and pipe, AEON is not gonna kill anything. I think it's almost impossible. It is impossible, I want to say, for AEON to win at this point. The item difference is just too big between Mecha and pipe activation, and all the anti-mage right clicks. There's just a big disparity in terms of damage received and damage dealt.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And yeah, Anti-Mage has basically been farming all game. And you have to remember that some games you'll just be like, yeah, I'm defending the push, I'm doing it. And then you just totally forget about that random hero, you know, the important mega carry that's just been auto-attacking creeps and destroying, like having a good time. And he's basically going to get a Manta very soon. He does have his Vlads now. And he's going to hop into a team fight and he's just going to absolutely destroy and remind you why you've been barely winning team fights before.
Well, I mean, right now they're getting reminded that this Ancient Apparition is OP because he's sitting at 11, 0, and 7. And Anti-Mage is on 0, 0, 10, so, like, you know, gotta deal with the AA first because mid-tower is gonna get forfeited. And I wonder if AEON's gonna try for high ground. They are in a desperate situation that they might have to try for the high ground, but guess what Anti-Mage is doing? He's knocking on your top tower. And what is... AEON gotta port back.
There's initiation on the Beastmaster. He gets shackled as well as Hex, and the Gush as well might pick him off. It's going to be close, man. He's healing quite a bit. He hasn't popped his invisibility rune. The one thing he didn't pop, very curious, and there's initiation. Omni Knight getting nuked down. Really nice roar there by the Beastmaster, picking off the Omni Knight, and that is basically the main thing that they have to stop from happening. Rostam will get chased down as well. Beastmaster probably going to screw this. I cannot believe he tanked all that up. That was pretty amazing.
Ooh, nice blink out from Rasa. He might actually live it out. Yeah, I don't think so. He's really surrounded by this one. Earthshaker gets a killing spree somewhere off the map. The Hawk's going to give sight. Can he get off another blink? No, he will not. Rasa falls down. Anti-Mage ignores all of that and says, I'm going to finish this game 0-0.
Yeah,
But I'm going to be pushing like crazy.
Oh, did you see those creeps die? That was crazy. Death Prophet picking up the gold. And look at this, Anti-Mage is like, I'm gonna kill your ranged Rex, and there's nothing you can do about it. And he just blinks away. He picks up his Yasha as well. He actually has his Manta finished. And we're going to see the end of the game very, very soon here.
Yep. So kind of a decimating win for MiTh.Trust. And I think I feel like all these games we've been casting, it's pretty much decided during the picks. MiTh.Trust opening it with the anti-mage saying that, oh yeah, push us. But they really prepared with the Beastmaster and Windrunner pick. They got a lot more stuns than AEON. And I think that ultimately made a difference because there were so many fights out the bot lane where the Radiant team just survived with like 100 HP, 150 HP.
Yeah.
And the lack of stuns is really killing the Dire.
I wonder if like a different tri-lane setup could have gone a lot better for them. I mean, I like Death Prophet as a hero, but I feel like she would have worked out a lot better just throwing her on like a solo lane or something like that. Maybe, I mean, who did we solo? Rasta? It's hard to say though, but I feel like maybe Death Prophet as a solo lane and have some kind of other duel or tri-lane against Anti-Mage might have been a lot more useful.
Yeah. And Anti-Mage about to solo the whole team, blinks in with Manta style, and he's gonna soak up all the damage. Rav's gonna be used to stop the advances of Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage gets hexed, but the AA Blast is gonna get hit on everyone. And you see the Radiant heroes on the left side of all those messages popping up. This game is over.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Earthshaker chasing, Anti-Mage continuing. Will Omni Knight go down? He's actually getting kind of close to a hood. But Anti-Mage just right-clicking at this point, Manta-style finish, 1100 HP. He's got the regen, they all have the armor. I haven't seen Chen in forever. Where has he been, man?
He's been dying, about to die one more time right now. Power shot gonna do it.
Nice power shot. Windrunner does go down, Death Prophet gonna maybe... Will Ancient Apparition die despite only having 900 HP? I cannot believe he's not died yet, dude, considering his items.
No, he's scary. Look at his score.
Yeah, I know, man. That's too many. Considering, I look at his items. He has like no survivability. He has like a buckler. That's his survivability item, and a magic stick. It's amazing. And Anti-Mage only 1 kill, playing the sport Anti-Mage like you called. 1-0 and 12, man.
I didn't even know when they picked up the Aegis, but somehow they sneaked that past.
Both of us, we just didn't notice.
Yeah, I guess he must have soloed it.
Yeah.
He definitely can with his item set right now, so.
Yeah, with that regen definitely did. Alright, questions?
Question time.
Soul Booster on the Death Prophet. Surprisingly, actually a good item now. Gives you that HP and mana regen. Something most people forget about.
I'm tapping out real fast to see exactly what's going on. I think the other game might be still going on. Okay, sorry about that. Back in this one.
Oh, that's cool. I just usually
nothing much happened.
Turn my head slightly and read chat. That's awesome.
Yeah, except like I mean, at the end of the game, he's gonna be like having a mega farm. Look at his items, like legit. But it really is his teammates that drew so much attention that allow him to kind of just silently push top.
And just really good engagements in the tri-lane, catching people slightly out of position. Not necessarily always, they didn't make huge mistakes, but they made maybe slight mistakes, and their tri-lane just wasn't as strong, and as a result they just kept dying over and over again. Gave them so many levels in farm, and there was that big team fight right before the entire Dire team was 6, and at that point the game was pretty much over, assuming the Radiant team didn't make any major mistakes over and over again.
Yeah. Mid push is coming in, that's pretty much a formality. Anti-Mage close enough, he's gonna knock on the bot towers a couple times, but if necessary he will blink mid and just win the team fight. Chen doing some, well, I mean, this is a valid strat with Chen, right? Once you get mega creeps against you, you start dominating the enemy creeps and you build your own army. I mean, perfect strategy right here.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, dude. They have like 829 HP. They actually do 52 damage. That's like,
I know.
That's like as much as like a Dark Troll Warlord, I think.
That's like a Crystal Maiden, seriously.
Except it's piercing damage, I think. I don't know if all that stuff is applied. I assume all the numbers are basically the same, but it's not bad. It looks awesome, I'll tell you that much.
And Rax getting sieged upon. AEON really can't do anything. TIE Hunter really wants to walk in with the Ravage, but I mean, just good spread by MiTh.Trust. And there's the Ravage gonna hit on 2, but where's the follow-up? There's just no follow-up at this point.
Omni Knight's going to heal the Tidehunter. He's going to be running away. The Axe is almost going to kill him. 12 HP. They're going to pop the ulti for it. And no, he's going to die to just the Windrunner. Big Echo Slam from the Earthshaker. Chasing after the Rasta now. He's kind of standing still, but wow. Anti-Mage doesn't even care. Blinking through at 100 HP despite not having his Aegis. It must have gotten burned. They killed him twice, man.
It doesn't matter. Mid racks down,
Yeah.
bot racks about down. Buyback from the anti-mage. Probably has enough gold to buy back for BOT if necessary. He's right there, I think. I don't even know. He's in the base.
Wow, epic heal from the Death Prophet's ulti ending there. Just about to die, and he heals her back up to full, and gonna escape the...
Yo, man, no one, everyone ignoring the siege weapon. Siege weapon.
Epic
Hero.
siege weapon, dude. Another creep waving Carrion Swarm. Level 14 Death Prophet. No Tide ulti. These team fights are just too often for the Tidehunter to be effective.
Yep. So I think earlier I think in game number 1 you were making some statements about preferring Tidehunter
Over Earthshaker.
Right. I think one of the big thing about Tidehunter is his ultimate. I mean, he's strong when the fight engaged, but if the fights happen so often like it did in this game, then Tidehunter significantly becomes
way worse than Earthshaker.
Yeah,
I would definitely agree.
Both heroes definitely have his own weaknesses and advantages. Like, well, that's what Dota Hero's about. So
yeah, that's definitely true. I would agree with that. I guess I don't normally expect the battles to be this ridiculously often. That's for sure. And but yeah, that's definitely a good way to analyze it. A lot of ultis going off here. Even Death Prophet gonna pop it. It's mostly anti-mage illusions they're worrying about. Rasta just gets beasted down. Level 3 Necronomicon as well. And still no Tide ulti, 25 seconds to go. Windrunner's gonna run away. Lots of spirits everywhere. Gonna try to pick off the Death Prophet, and I think Omni Knight's gonna be the next one to fall. He's gonna pop a heal, not even. They just burst him through the repel, and there's the good game called. MiTh gonna take a very, very convincing win, our third convincing game of the night.
Man, you put Luminous and Purge casting a game together. We're quick.
Yes, exactly. We're just really efficient.
Yep.
It's because of us that these games are so quickly ending.
That's actually not a good thing.
Yeah, it's true.
It's all good.
Damage. The tower doesn't shoot fast enough.
No, it doesn't. It needs to do like splash damage.
I love that sound so much. The like machine gun fountain sound. Alright, good game being called, guys. Thank you for watching on the VODs or live. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a second with some more info. And probably another game. Yeah, I think that's it. Very, very convincing win.